What's going on, everyone? Jason here from Mystical Tomes, and today we're going to be watching top 15 videos that will mess with your brain. So let's get it.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
And just before we get started, just want to let you guys know, as I always do with these reaction videos, I own no ownership or original ownership or any of this, any of these details to this video. Any editing that will be done henceforth is done by me, and this is strictly just for reaction purposes. This is actually owned by Top 15 or Chills, if you want to go with that. It sounds just like them. But yeah, let's get started. And I'm actually really excited for this. If you guys like this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification icon in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. That will help my YouTube channel out, and you'll get more up-to-date content from yours truly. So yeah, let's get started.
Number 15, The Lurker. Ever felt like you were being watched? These three boys definitely had reason to. Posted by the Comics Man to the Chills Narrator subreddit, the uploader writes, "Some dudes go to the Danakil Desert or a park. What is in the first frame? The video shows three kids getting ready to do some parkour, everyday kid stuff, but not far beyond in the background. Look at what is watching them from a nearby tree. The figure appears like a silhouette and gives off serious Slenderman vibes. The ominous way it's lurking there makes the otherwise innocent parkour video intensely creepy. You can vaguely see the figure again at a distance. At 1 minute and 43 seconds, it continues to stand there in the clump of trees, and again around 3 minutes in. What is this thing? Do these boys have a lurker? Nowhere is safe." Number 14.
So on that, if they saw it several times, then why didn't they do anything about it? Why didn't they just leave? I understand you want to make the video, but why didn't you just go to the park the next day, make sure the coast was clear? And, you know, it's just my opinion. I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, if you were kids with your friends making a parkour video, which is pretty fun, kills time, but you're gonna sit there and you see someone creeping there, a lot of kids would be like, "Oh yeah, whatever, it's no big deal." But when you get older, you kind of get a little sense of things. It's like, yeah, this person's not supposed to be creeping around us. We need to leave. So hopefully nothing happened to him, and it was just hopefully nothing happened to him. That's just all that matters to that. That kind of infuriates me that kids don't have more common sense nowadays.
And around 3 minutes in, what is this thing? Do these boys have a lurker? Nowhere is safe. Number 14, Highway Honey Chaos. When bees approach. This is a not-so-sweet story of a honeybee truck overturning on a highway in Oklahoma in October of 2015. The incident resulted in the release of thousands and thousands of honeybees who began swarming the area, stinging unsuspecting people, and coating police cars and other surrounding vehicles. The footage of the swarming went viral as the honeybees let loose after their crates smashed along the interstate. Police responded to the emergency call of the incident, where they were met by the bees. Officer Carl Zink became trapped inside his own police cruiser after the mad bees gathered on its exterior, coating his windshield, windows, and all the rest. Zink escaped fairly unharmed, being stung only once by the thousands of bees. The road was in turmoil for half a mile as beekeepers reported to the area to help. They recaptured the bees over hours, working until the sun went down to gather them.
I mean, you got to understand from what you hear about bees and everything, once their crates are broken, they go into full-on self-defense mode, and they attack anything that they deem is as a threat. Yeah. I mean, I'm really glad the officer made it out alive. Barely got injured, got stung once. But hundreds of thousands or thousands of bees. He's lucky he made it out with just one sting.
As they're paramount to our ecosystem. Still, sadly, several of the bee crates were set afire in order to prevent people from being swarmed and stung. Many on site suffered multiple stings, including officers that helped to save their colleague. What would you do if you were faced with this swarm? When in fight or flight mode, would your brain shut down? Unless you face this bedlam, you'll never know. Number 13, third hand. It's an everyday afternoon, playing in the pool, just having a bit of fun, when all of a sudden this happens. Posted to YouTube by the Junnet channel in October of 2018. This video shows what appears to be everyday footage of a nice family swim at the pool. You probably won't even notice what's incredibly creepy here at first glance. Look closely and it'll mess with your brain. At around 8 seconds into the clip, the father lifts his son up onto the pool's ledge. Watch the boy's left leg. Out of nowhere comes a third hand, helping to lift the boy up. The hand disappears, and there doesn't appear to be anyone nearby as the shot pans. Whose hand?
I mean, it could be just the angle on that. Because if you ever go into a swimming pool, you look like you're not even there. And that could be an older sibling or the kid's friend for all we know. And the camera angle, which would be just spot on at that point, just at happenstance, the kid's hand's up like there, and he just brings it right back down. So it could be the kid, could be a ghost. There's not really a thorough way to debunk it. You guys let me know in the comment section down below. That's just my honest opinion. From, you know, swimming in a swimming pool and stuff like that. If you get the right angle, it looks like you disappeared. So, or you're not even in there. So, yeah.
Hand is this, and where does its owner disappear to? Did someone pass away in this pool and become its phantom? I guess we'll never know. Number 12. WTF is this? Animals in fear oftentimes don't look quite like they do at rest. Posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by Caligram. The Redditor asks, WTF is this?
It kind of, I mean, I don't know if I'm right on this, but it looks like some kind of, it might look like a harpy eagle or a large breed of owl. Just because the beak, the mouth, the way it's formed, and the claws look, from when you see all sorts of them. If I looked up an owl right now, I can tell you that their claws are zygodactyl, which means they have like those little raptor claws, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. I think it's just a large version of an owl puffing itself up to make it look more intimidating, because that's what it's trying to do. It's trying to scare the person that's holding the camera. Personally, I wouldn't try pissing this animal off. You're lucky you have a steel cage around it, but...
It appears to be a winged creature that appears to have a demon face.
It's an
The sound
owl.
that emerges from this creature further solidifies this theory, as it seems like a roar that is terrifying.
It's an owl. It doesn't have a demonic face. It's an owl.
Big soulless eyes and wide dinosaur-like mouth make you wonder if this thing is from another dimension. Its beak certainly doesn't look like a bird's, although most in the comments of this video say it's an angry barn owl. Once you hear that, you can see the owlish features pretty clearly, apart from what
It's an angry barn owl.
looks to be a chin and a crazy wide mouth, but which is perhaps just part of the owl's framed face. Barn owls are known for their horrifying scream, so I think we do indeed have an answer for Caligram, but knowing that doesn't stop the optics of this fearsome bird from messing with your brain. Number 11. Duppy Ghost. Next time you're wandering through a forest, look out for the trees. They might just be hiding duppies. Posted to YouTube by Javahan Ferguson in January of 2020. This video purports to show proof of a duppy caught in a tree. What's a duppy? Meaning ghost or spirit. The concept originated in Central Africa. Caribbean folklore in particular grasped onto the supernatural nature of the duppy. Many residents in fact claim to have seen them. The malevolent spirits appear most often at night and are meant to haunt the living. In the video, the so-called duppy woman appears to somehow be perched atop a tree. She is waving to someone or something beyond. If not something supernatural, how is this woman managing to stand or float atop a tree like this? And if she is a duppy, what imaginable malice does she intend to induce? Number 10. Unknown being footage. Don't believe in unknown beings? What if one strolled right up to tap on your window? This unknown being footage, posted to the Chills Narrator subreddit by 77Kuren, will inspire you to take a trip over to Area 51.
Don't go to Area 51. Don't say shit like that, man. It's a highly classified military installation that no one except for the highest classification can go on there, okay? Don't try visiting Area 51. It's classified. It's restricted. Do not go past there. If there's some areas that you can, great. Don't try trespassing on government property because you will either get detained or shot depending on where the area is. Just don't trespass on government property. Not the smartest thing to do. As for that, might be the real thing. It might be a little action figure with someone wearing like a complete blacked out outfit where you can't see them and they can just be moving the little figurine or puppet or whatever that is around. Could be real. I don't know. You guys let me know. Just saying.
The footage shows an unknown being approach the window of a home. Its features are quite clear, with black gashes for eyes and an elongated cranium. You know, the kind of features you might expect from an unknown being. The unknown being stands there, peering into the home, observing. It even looks as though it's trying to find a way to open the window. If that is indeed what it's doing, it doesn't succeed, instead slinking off, perhaps to find the homeowner to take him. What do you think of this unknown being footage, real or fake? Either way,
I'm kind of 50-50 about it. It's just the way it's moving.
I'll be locking my windows tonight. Number 9, Torment Hole. This clip reveals an underground entrance in Saudi Arabia. It was originally posted to YouTube by Bizmax TV in August of 2019. According to the video description, the underground is claimed to be haunted. It certainly sounds like it. Terrifying screams are heard coming from the depths of what looks like a bunker, or maybe even a well. There's a ladder leading down into a hole deep within the earth. The sacred text is being read, while screeching continues in the background. As the tormented screams continue, so does the sacred text reading. But what we don't know is why, and what is going on in this underground bunker. Some in the comments say this is one of
Sorry about that. I was seeing something in the camera. I was like, nope.
the scariest things they've ever heard. Others say it's definitely not fake, and the latter perhaps leads to a secret torment chamber. YouTuber Psychic Afro Dancer offers up 2 interesting theories. One suggests that it's a red fox in heat. If you've ever heard audio from any animal in heat.
Okay. If it's a red fox in heat, why is it stuck down there where it can't get out? We'll go with that. Okay. 1 second. Let's hear what he says for the rest of it.
You might consider this a valid theory, but the second theory is more appealing to those of us with paranormal leanings. It involves the belief in jinn. Jinn are spirits, demons, or supernatural creatures that appear in Islamic mythology and theology. Jinn are creatures similar to humans, thus they are neither inherently evil or inherently good, and the word jinn is derived from the terms to conceal or to hide. You can see it's not a stretch that some suggest jinn means beings that are concealed from the senses. It's believed that jinn originated as animal shape-shifting malevolent spirits found in unclean places, deserts, and dingy, dark, desolate locations. Those who believe often try to protect themselves from jinn. Could this be jinn, unredeemed, tormented in a scary hole? All I know is I wouldn't be going down there to check.
It's a very sound piece of advice. Yeah, if you hear something like that, I wouldn't go near it. I wouldn't go investigate it. I'd close the door, and there you go.
Number 8, evil spirit. If you have malevolent spirits haunting your house, be ready to flee. This Mindseed TV video was posted by Redditor Muad'Dib. The Redditor writes, "Powerful evil spirit in old man's house." The real action starts at 21 minutes 40 seconds. Paranormal investigators inside the home request that the spirit play a note on the piano.
Come on, we're here now. We've got the cameras on you. And go ahead, make the sound.
When it doesn't immediately acquiesce to their request, one of the dudes presses a piano key 3 times. The mayhem that ensues is terrifying. It sounds like a quake is occurring. The house shakes. Doors are rattling thunderously. As the
I wouldn't know what would cause that much paranormal activity per se, but I mean it could be a number of things. You could be trying to hit the 3 keys as in a mock of the Holy Trinity. There's 1. 2, you taunted the spirits of anyone that deceased in the house by saying, "Oh, come on, I know you could do this." Don't do that, obviously. You're just enraging them, so they actually can become violent or whatnot. Or 3, it's already a natural house with a malevolent spirit or a demon. Any of those options sound reasonable.
investigator's camera lands on an overhanging light, it rocks slowly back and forth as the rattling ceases as suddenly as it began. Paranormal investigator Tanner McBride stated, "I've never felt like that in an investigation. No joke. Who wouldn't be terrified by this poltergeist?" Number 7. Phantom caretaker. The next time you look into your baby monitor, you might find an unnerving guardian angel. That's what happened to a friend of XXBlazenXX who posted this clip to the Chills Narrator subreddit. The Redditor writes in the comments, "A friend of mine had recently put her child to bed, and she has gone through every single thought of how to justify this figure, but it looks like a little child walking in and around the crib. By the time log on the baby monitor, you can see it's around 9:40 p.m., and if you look closely, you'll catch a ghost white shadow figure walk around the back of the crib as the baby sleeps on. The figure creeps around one side of the crib before pacing back to the head of the crib and coming slightly around the other side. Then it moves back. At the end of the clip, it appears most visible, leaving its sentinel spot, probably in order to make itself a sandwich." What was this phantom caretaker doing? Do you think it's a friendly guardian, or does the babysitter have evil intent? Whatever the case, safeguard that baby. It's better to be safe than sorry. Number 6. Haunted hotel. YouTuber Proving Demons writes, "On our paranormal investigation at a haunted hotel, we capture a real shadow person hat man on video. Are you wondering what a hat man is? Let Dana Matthews from the site Week in Weird explain the phenomena." According to Matthews, shadow men came creeping out of the shadows in 2011 when paranormal radio personality Art Bell cast a light into the darkness on his radio show Coast to Coast AM, and the result was a burgeoning community of people coming forward, explaining their encounters with these phenomena. Out of this shadow people phenomena, another slightly different experience arose, encounters with the Hat Man. Much like shadow people, the Hat Man often appears at nighttime, wearing a wide-brimmed hat, hence the name. Those who encounter him have described him as a solid black mass, darker than a shadow without discernible facial features, and no describable lower body. Apart from a long flowing trench coat, the Hat Man is often seen floating and moves without sound, quite frequently in a basement setting. Another quality of this phenomena is that the Hat Man tends to appear in places of high negative energy and family dysfunction. This video shows either a Hat Man or shadow figure haunting this generally creepy house. The figure flies down a hallway, disappearing into a distant room as the ghost investigators search the house's interior. So what's going inside this house? Is it haunted? The Hat Man phenomena is often a recurring one for many people, from childhood to adulthood. Some believe shadow people are evil, like physical medium Amy Allen, who thinks they are interdimensional entities. Although the Hat Man and a shadow person might seem one and the same, they do indeed appear to be two separate entities. If you see a Hat Man, consider your family dynamics and the energy of your relationships.
There's a number of ways you can actually cleanse the house, smudge the house, get the house blessed. There's a number of different ways you can change the energy of a house.
This video make you believe in Hat Men and shadow figures? If so, don't turn around. Number 5, help me. Sylvia Likens was 16 years old when her life was taken in Indianapolis, Indiana. Likens was held captive for over 3 months by her caregiver, who subjected her to increasingly brutal things. These things started with no food and increasingly escalated, and lastly, confinement to the basement. The girl was tied there. On the evening of October 25th, a neighbor heard Likens' cries for help as she attempted to alert someone to her captivity in the basement. One neighbor did hear her crimes but did not inform police as the noise ceased at 3 a.m. Likens passed the next day on October 26. All involved were convicted in May of 1966. This video, posted by Redditor G. Moss, shows the abandoned house of the teen. She was held captive in the basement here, which is from where the EVP is heard. As the two men walk away from the basement entrance at around 1 minute 53 seconds, you can hear...
It kind of looks like this. I'm trying to think what I don't know what the words to say, but it does look like a woman crawling towards the window. And once you hear the EVP, you'll probably think that she's reaching out to the window, begging for help. And that thought right then and there sends chills down my spine, because this woman should have gotten the help she needed to get rescued. And just the thought of her dying in this place, being tortured for 3 months by her caregiver, it's appalling.
Hear a voice cry out, "Help me," clear as day. In response to one Redditor who suggests this sound is from children in the street, GMUS admits that it could be, but to him sounds like it's muffled from the inside the basement. He notes the voice sounds distorted, anguished, and not from a living human. "I'm usually quite a skeptic," he writes, but would class this video as one of the more compelling pieces of evidence I've seen. Do you find it equally compelling? If so, do you believe Lycan's spirit is still sadly in this basement? Number 4. Abandoned hotel. How would you spend 30 minutes alone in an abandoned cartel hotel? This video, posted by Southern Afterlife Paranormal TV in January of 2020, puts Truth or Dare to the test when Josh and Todd take a half hour to themselves in the abandoned hotel at 3 a.m. The Alone Challenge saw the two partners split up in the highly graffitied abandoned hotel, terrifying themselves with unsettling noises and even more unsettling feelings. At 2 minutes 13 seconds, a viewer points out that it appears someone is standing in the doorway at the end of the hall. When Josh flashes his light, at around 3 minutes 48 seconds, a scary sound is heard, almost like a cabinet being shut.
I don't know what that was.
First off, you're actually putting yourself, again, like I always say in these videos, do not put yourself in this situation. This is a former cartel or an abandoned cartel hotel. First off, it could still be frickin' working with, being used by the cartel.
At around 5 minutes 40 seconds, Josh finds an upside down cross that's wet. He believes from the cold and dampness of the hotel. At around 14 minutes, he believes he smells fresh paint. Maybe some invisible graffiti artist is there to touch up.
An invisible graffiti artist, really? No, it's not an invisible graffiti artist. What do I
their
know?
artwork. Most in the comments agree this place has an awful and uber creepy atmosphere. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, live people could be lurking around any corner. Don't know if I'd want to run into either in this nightmare hotel. Number 3. Shadow person. Basements are inherently creepy, but this basement's resident shadow person will make your skin crawl. A shadow person was caught on camera in a Pennsylvania basement on December 15th, 2016. The YouTuber writes, "For the last few months there have been weird bangs and noises in our basement. Sounds like someone is walking up and down our steps." He goes on to say that his wife thought it was their cats at first, since their litter box is in the basement, but on the night in question, their cats were upstairs in their daughter's room, and their dog was in his cage in the kitchen, whining about the basement noise. He brought a camera to prove to his wife that the cats weren't making this noise, which had started out of nowhere a few months prior. "This thing I caught on camera, I am at a loss over," he writes. "Now I am terrified in this house." As he heads down the stairs to the basement, a shadow person peers around the corner, frightening the man.
I know I heard you. Holy! Oh my!
No. Nope. That right there is perfect proof. And I hate to say this, guys. Sometimes you gotta take the knee for it and listen to your wife as she says she hears something. But if I saw that, hell, I have seen that. I've seen something like that in my mom and dad's haunted house. It's terrifying. I'll tell you guys that a story about that one day in a different video. Just tell a quick story. But I'm seeing that. Nope. I would, like I said, bless the house, find some way of getting that out of the house, because that's terrifying. Just the sheer swiftness of it, just like looking really quick across the corner or around the corner. That guy is genuinely scared. You could see him. There's no like, oh my god. No, it's legit terrifying. You don't know when it's gonna happen. I mean, you see the whole entire side of the wall like it's changing colors right before it. Like, check it out right here. Check it out right here. Right. He's gonna go right down here.
As he heads down the stairs to the basement, a shadow person peers around the corner, frightening the man.
Like, you see it right there. It's literally right in the bottom, or right in the middle of the wall right there. You could see something's changing on that wall.
I know I heard you. Holy! Oh my!
There it is.
Dude.
He runs down the stairs at it, trying to catch it on camera up close, but it disappears around
Very
the corner
ballsy.
and isn't caught again. YouTuber Wyoming Oregon points out, if you pay attention to when he first turns the cam, around right before he cuts on the lights, it was standing there on the stairwell and ran down the stairs. Most confirm Wyoming's take, with many agreeing it was extremely creepy.
That is very
Others say
creepy.
they've seen these shadow people in real life before. The uploader notes that they've decided to move after watching this video, as they don't want to raise their daughter in a haunted house. After seeing this, can you blame them?
No, I can't blame them. I lived in a haunted house, something like this, for 17 years. So no. It's extremely terrifying, especially when you're trying to get some water in the middle of the night and the whole entire atmosphere of the house changes. So yeah, it's very terrifying.
Number 2, Ghost Train. Hear that haunting whistle coming round the bend? It might just be the ghost train.
Wow.
Posted to YouTube by the Hidden Underbelly
That's-
2.0 in March of 2018, the CCTV footage purports to show a ghost train at the Baotou railway station in China. The uploader writes, when the station security were watching the surveillance cameras, they noticed this ghost train pull into the station. The eerie footage shows a transparent train pull up along the platform, mounted on the train tracks. As the uploader mentioned, the train pauses for its ghostly passengers to enter and exit before slowly leaving the station, picking up speed as around 8 carriages move past. Some in the comments of this video suggest the train is just the Hogwarts Express or a failed cloaking spell from amateur wizards. Others
I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I can't even explain that. That is an amazing video, just like the last video. It really is. You can't debunk it. If you can, great, show it to me. I'd love to see it.
say it's a train from a parallel universe. Some call out fake, saying this video is actually filmed in a Russian train state and has been debunked for being superimposed. Don't know about you, but I'd like to imagine this ghost train truly does exist and is transporting our recently departed to the afterlife. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills and I hope you're enjoying my narration. Are you curious about what I look like in real life? Then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT to find out. Do you like my narrations? If you answered yes, then tap the follow button and thank you for your support. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person. So if you're generous enough to hit that subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way you'll be notified of the new video we upload every Tuesday. Number 1, person of interest. Security camera footage of the suspect of an event is often something that will stick with you. Posted to YouTube by David Lohr, this video might one day help close the case of Jennifer Kesse. Kesse disappeared from her home in Orlando, Florida in January of 2006. Her vehicle was discovered about a mile from her home at a condominium complex with valuables inside. This clip is the surveillance footage from the complex where her vehicle was found. The video shows an unknown individual park the car, exit the vehicle, and leave, but unfortunately the clipped footage does not show any distinctive identifying facial features, not even the person's gender, as the figure's facial features are carefully hidden by the gate as he or she walks by. Kesse's apartment building had been under construction with around half of the 200 units unoccupied. Kesse had told her friends prior to going missing that construction workers within her complex made her feel uneasy. Some of these workers resided in the unoccupied units during construction, while some speculate that one of these workers took Kesse. No evidence has proven this case. Kesse vanished without a trace. Multiple suspect leads led to nothing. Kessie remains on the most wanted list, with only this eerie footage to help solve the case. Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because we upload new countdowns every Tuesday and Saturday. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of our other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy!
Well, that's going to be the end of my video, guys. If you like this video, hit the like, subscribe, and bell notification in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. It'll help my channel out, and also you get all new updated notifications of all new content that I will be pushing out as much as possible. Probably 2 or 3 videos, maybe 4 videos if I have enough time between work and school every week. So I'll keep you guys notified, and as always, I'm Jason from Mystical Tomes. You have a great rest of your day. Take care.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.